Hi, this is Dr. Fred Ray Librand, and I'm glad you joined me for this discussion about reboot. Now, this is about rebooting business, but rebooting everything is going to follow a similar process. And what I'm going to offer you is some quick training to use a template for a form to get to what you fundamentally need to do in order to reboot. Okay, so understand that there are two things I want you, really three things I want to keep in mind for you. The first is that you're about to work on developing a skill, okay? So skill development shouldn't be foreign to all of us, and yet sometimes it kind of is, because no matter where you begin with something, even if you have a talent for it, you can get it to a much higher level. If you don't have a talent for it and it's a problem, then as a weakness, it's the thing that's slowing you down. And what I'm going to share with you today is going to be something that's probably slowing you down. So what I look for are constraints. I like to generate focused improvement. And in this skill game, what we're trying to appreciate is a constraint. Example I heard some years ago that I liked is to appreciate constraints is if you had a pizza parlor or pizza business, you wanted to put out 100 pizzas an hour, let's say, you could organize your pizza assembly team perfectly. You could have the dough coming out of the refrigerator and the right sauce down and the right toppings down and the right order and the right cheese and all the rest, boom, into the oven. You could have a very efficient system, space them out so they don't play with, poke on each other or something like that. But it won't matter if your oven itself will only cook 50 an hour. In other words, if you want to produce 100 an hour, but you have an oven that produces 50 an hour, it's a constraint. No matter what you do in the system, nothing will go faster than that. So I want to begin with understanding the skill that you're going to develop here to reboot your business, to reboot some area of your life, maybe your tennis game, I don't know, maybe your parenting, how you work with kids, but I'm focused on business, but everything I do applies to life. So it's what I care about. So in refocusing and rebooting your business in a time of change is going to come down to a most fundamental constraint. And so that skill that you're going to start developing is going to take care of that issue. Now, what is it that is the constraint for us in business or in change of any kind? And I would argue this, that we have systems in play, and the systems govern the results out here. But underneath the systems are the way we think, systems and structures. There's a quote by Peter Senge, one of the folks I greatly appreciate, who in The Dance of Change says, "It's not enough to change strategies, structures, and systems, unless the thinking that produced those strategies, structures, and systems also changes." So that's actually the game that's in play. We've got to change the way you think so you can figure out with this new rebooting mind how you can adjust, reboot, restart your business. So that's the goal. Now, how do we change your mind? There are more things out there that discuss this than, as we say in Alabama, you can shake a stick at. There are all kinds of training. There are all kinds of ideas and notions, from picturing to affirmations to reprogramming to reading, reflection, working on philosophies, going through training. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can sleep with earphones on your pillow, playing tapes at night. You can do all kinds of things. But I'm going to tell you, the real key is, whether all that stuff works for you or not, the real key is going to be about the quality of the questions you ask. That's actually that third piece, and that's what rebooting is about. In order to reboot your business, we've got to reboot the questions that you are asking. And so what I want to do is go through some training on how to design better questions. Now the trick to this, the temptation is buy the book, find the questions, somebody gives them to you, and I'm going to give you 3 universal great questions. But I actually want to show you a process I developed that has helped a lot of people by learning how to structure a better question so they can get a better result. So what I'd like to do is walk with you through the power of questions, and then understanding something called creative process, or really the tension resolution part of that process. And then, if we could, I'd like to show you how this is going to give you fresh eyes or insight. And then I'm going to show you the template and how to do it. So this is what you need. This is where to start. It'll change the game for you. So let's begin.